Hallo und schönen guten Abend allerseits zusammen. Willkommen zur 5. Ausgabe unseres virtuellen Quizzes. Ja,
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 5th episode of our second season of the virtual trivia. Yeah, should we go over the rules real quick since most of the people playing are probably familiar already? You're going to get a picture round, which is available at the link just below the video. Be sure and download that now. You've got the entire quiz to talk to your friends and neighbors and teammates about who could be depicted there. You've got a joker for that round, so if you need some extra help, just feel free to phone a friend. Just one caveat, you can only use the audio function, no sending on the images as just an added challenge. And then we'll work our way through the 25 questions, one question every 2-3 minutes to keep it interesting. And after we're done, we're going to ask you to fill in your team name as well as available at another link down below, and team members and the charity that you chose, because after we go through and correct all of the questions, tell you the correct answers, you tally up your points, then you're going to enter both your total and the prize for this evening, of course, is that we do a little advertisement for the selected charity of the team that wins with the highest score. I think that's about all we need to know.
ja.
Bevor
Ich
getting
möchte mich
started.
noch kurz entschuldigen, weil ich in der E-Mail leider Gottes schon wieder mal die falsche Organisation von der Vorwoche drinnen lassen habe und vergessen habe auszutun. Es tut mir leid. Ich bemühe mich zu bessern. Gut. Wie gesagt, Teamnamen eingeben, bitte Bilderfrage runterladen und bei sonstigen Fragen bitte einfach im Chat. Und sonst starten wir auch schon los. Bilderrunde diese Woche. Benenne den Glatzkopf oder die angehende Glatze. Ja, ich denke, es ist diesmal nicht zu schwer. Vielleicht eine Schwierigkeit oder so oder zwei maximal.
Eine oder zwei könnten
Aber
wahrscheinlich
ansonsten
ein bisschen
denke ich
schwieriger
durchaus
sein.
machbar diese
Aber
Woche. Und somit gehen wir auch gleich weiter zu Frage Nummer 1. Long question, Gretel, go.
Okay, I'll take this one. We're going to kick it off with question number 1. So, the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, the world's largest single-dish radio telescope, suffered catastrophic damage this week when its 900-ton equipment platform fell 500 feet, or 152 meters, into its reflector dish after a support cable failed. Those outside of the scientific community might recognize the facility from its appearance in film. Which James Bond scrambled across the Arecibo Observatory's suspended equipment platform? So, Frage Nummer 1. Das Arecibo Observatorium in Puerto Rico, das größte Radioteleskop der Welt mit nur einer Schale, erlitt diese Woche katastrophale Schäden, als seine 900 Tonnen schwere Ausrüstungsplattform nach dem Versagen eines Stützkabels 152 Meter oder 500 Fuß in seine Reflektorschüssel fiel. Außerhalb der wissenschaftlichen Gemeinschaft könnte man die Anlage an ihrem Aussehen im Filmen erkennen. Welcher James Bond ist über die hängenden Geräteplattform des Arecibo Observatoriums geklettert? And this question also offers a little bonus point for those of you who are familiar with 2 films where the Arecibo Observatory appears. Bonus question, which 1997 film starring Jodie Foster also included the observatory as a prominent feature? Jetzt mit dieser Frage gleich am Anfang haben wir schon einen Bonuspunkt zur Verfügung. Bonus, welcher Film aus dem Jahr 1997 mit Jodie Foster in der Hauptrolle enthielt ebenfalls das Observatorium als einen herausragenden Bestandteil? Viel Glück!
Okay, and we're here at question number 2. Because the Brazil nut tree is one of the Amazon's tallest, reaching around 50 meters or 160 feet, and oldest, living up to 1,000 years, it develops such a deep and extensive root system that chemical elements found deep in the Earth's crust often find their way into the edible nut. Which radioactive alkaline earth metal is typically found in quantities of 40 to 260 becquerels, or 1 to 7 nanocuries per kilogram of Brazil nuts. Da der Bara-Nussbaum einer der höchsten, ca. 50 Meter, und ältesten bis zu 1000 Jahre alt, des Amazonas ist, entwickle ein so tiefes und ausgedehntes Wurzelsystem, dass chemische Elemente, die normalerweise tief in der Erdkruste zu finden sind, oft ihren Weg in die essbaren Nüsse finden. Welches radioaktive Erdalkalimetall kommt typischerweise in Mengen von 40 bis 260 Becquerel oder 1 bis 7 Nanocurie pro Kilogramm barer Nüssen vor?
Question number 3. This is our player submission. So thanks, Jody, for sending this question in. The question is, what feature appears on the flags of Mozambique, Haiti, Guatemala, and Bolivia, but on no other national flags? Frage Nummer 3 ist unsere Frage, die uns hineingereicht wurde von einer Mitspielerin. Danke, Jody, für die Frage. Welches Merkmal erscheint auf den Flaggen von Mosambik, Haiti, Guatemala und Bolivien, aber auf keiner anderen Nationalflagge? And if you have any interest in submitting a question, there are forms available where you can just enter it in one of the links down below the video. So please consider if there's any interesting trivia that you want to submit. We're always happy to take submissions, and you can, if it pops up in a quiz, you can count on that one for a correct answer for an extra point.
Okay, and question number 4. Still used today to treat a subdural, epidural, or even subungual hematoma, what medical procedure, once thought to be a method of releasing evil spirits, involves the drilling of a small hole to relieve pressure caused by pooling blood? Dieses medizinische Verfahren, das früher zur Befreiung böser Geister angewandt wurde, ist heute noch zur Behandlung eines subduralen, epiduralen oder sogar subungualen Hämatoms verwendet. Es besteht darin, ein kleines Loch zu bohren, um den durch die Blutansammlung verursachten Druck zu lindern. Wie heißt diese Methode?
Question number 5 is this season our literature question. And as you know, we have selected a work of outstanding world literature from the Boekluben list and selected a small chunk of text. I will read it, and your job is to identify either the author who wrote it or the work in which it appears. So, Canto number 18. There is a place in hell called Malabolge, wholly of stone and of an iron color, as is the circle that around it turns. Right in the middle of the field malign, there yawns a well exceeding wide and deep, of which its place the structure will recount. Frage Nummer 5 ist unsere Literaturfrage dieser Staffel. Und es handelt sich um ein Werk aus der Kanone der Weltliteratur, die auf der Boekluben Weltbibliothek-Liste erscheint. Ich lese eine Auswahl vor und du musst halt entweder den Autor oder das Werk, in dem diese Auswahl erscheint, benennen. So, 18. Gesang. Ein Ort der Hülle namens Übelsäcken ist eisenfarbig, ganz erbaut von Stein. So auch die Dämme, die ringsum ihn decken. Gerade in der Mitte dieses Lands der Pein.
I don't know if you can hear me or not. Our internet went down, so I'm currently streaming over my phone. So can anyone, if you can hear me, say something in the chat so I know you're with us? Okay. Yeah, I hope you were able to go back to question number 5. I'm gonna go on with question number 6, and we'll see how it goes. The term twin film refers to the phenomenon of 2 or more films involving very similar plots being released by 2 or more different production companies around the same time. One particularly noteworthy example involves twin horror films from 1999 based on 2 twin horror novels from 1959, both involving a group of strangers who spend a night in a haunted house. Name one of the works, either film or novel. Der Begriff Zwillingsfilme bezieht sich auf das Phänomen, dass 2 oder mehr Filme mit sehr ähnlichen Handlungen von 2 oder mehr verschiedenen Produktionsfirmen etwa zur gleichen Zeit veröffentlicht werden. Ein besonders bemerkenswertes Beispiel sind Zwillingshorrorfilme aus dem Jahr 1999, die auf 2 Zwillingshorrorromanen aus dem Jahr 1959 basieren, denen jeweils eine Gruppe von Fremden eine Nacht in einem Spukhaus verbringen. Nenne eines der Werke, entweder Film oder Roman.
Question number 7. The acronym MPEG refers to a set of digital video compression standards that allow for quick streaming and downloading with little perceptible data loss. But what does MPEG stand for? Frage Nummer 7. Das Akronym MPEG bezieht sich auf eine Reihe von digitalen Videokomprimierungsstandards, die ein schnelles Streaming und Herunterladen mit wenig wahrnehmbaren Datenverlust ermöglichen. Aber wofür steht MPEG?
Question number 8. After calving from the Larsen Sea ice shelf in July of 2017, a 175 kilometers or 108.5 miles long and 50 kilometers / 31-mile wide iceberg labeled A68A has steadily moved through the South Atlantic and is now approaching South Georgia Island. While the island has no permanent human inhabitants, commercial export or strategic importance, its sovereignty has been a point of contention since the early 20th century. Which two countries lay claim to South Georgia Island? It's actually only when it broke off, it was A68, and since then, like, two parts have been split off from them. That's why we have A, B, and C right now. Nach dem Abbruch vom Larsen See Schelfeis im Juli 2017 hat sich ein 175 Kilometer langer, 50 Kilometer breiter Eisberg mit der Bezeichnung A68A kontinuierlich durch den Südatlantik bewegt und nähert sich nun der Insel South Georgia. Obwohl die Insel keinen ständigen menschlichen Bewohner, keine kommerziellen Exporte und keine strategische Bedeutung hat, ist ihre Souveränität seit Anfang des 20. Jahrhunderts ein Streitpunkt. Welche beiden Länder heben Anspruch auf die Südgeorgien-Inseln?
Question number 9. I think this is my favorite question, this quiz, you guys. Okay, so pay attention. If you're on the campus of a major Swedish university at around 11 p.m., you'll almost certainly experience a phenomenon termed the 11-vralet, or 11 roar, a collective cry of angst that works as a, quote, much needed safety valve for students suffering the stresses of university life. At which university, Sweden's oldest, established in 1477, about 70 kilometers or 45 miles north of Stockholm, did this tradition originate? Frage Nummer 9, meine Lieblingsfrage dieses Quizzes. Wenn Sie, oh, sehr formell, wenn du dich gegen 23 Uhr auf dem Campus einer großen schwedischen Universität aufhalten wirst du, I'm correcting as we go, wirst du mit ziemlicher Sicherheit ein Phänomen erleben, das als Elfervralet oder Elferbrüllen bezeichnet wird. Ein kollektiver Angstschrei, der als dringend benötigtes Sicherheitsventil für Studierende fungiert, die unter dem Stress des Universitätslebens leiden. An welcher Universität, der ältesten Universität Schwedens, die 1477 etwa 70 Kilometer nördlich von Stockholm gegründet wurde, hat diese Tradition ihren Ursprung?
Okay, question number 10 is our potent potables question. Potent potables. Prost. Days leading up to Christmas in 1826, the US military academy at West Point witnessed a news-making riot when cadets were caught smuggling booze into the barracks to spike the beverage served at their Christmas festivities. When confronted, a drunken free-for-all ensued, ultimately resulting in the court-martialing of 20 cadets and one enlisted soldier. What was the healthy beverage the cadets wished to spike? In den Tagen vor Weihnachten 1826 wurde die US-Militärakademie in West Point Zeuge eines Krawalls, bei dem Kadetten dabei erwischt wurden, wie sie Alkohol in die Kaserne schmuggelten, um das zu ihren Weihnachtsfeierlichkeiten servierte Getränk mit Alkohol zu versetzen. Als sie damit konfrontiert wurden, kam es zu einer Trunkenheit unter Alkoholeinfluss, die schließlich dazu führte, dass 20 Kadetten und ein freiwilliger Soldat vor ein Kriegsgericht gestellt wurden. Welches war das Festtagsgetränk, das die Kadetten zu verstärken wünschten?
Question number 11. What purple variety of quartz, its name derived from Greek for not intoxicated, was long believed to protect its wearer from drunkenness? We're kind of operating on a theme in the last couple of questions. Question number 11. Frage Nummer 11. Welche violette Quarzsorte, deren Name aus dem Griechischen für nicht berauscht abgeleitet wurde, galt lange Zeit als Schutz vor Trunkenheit?
Okay. Question number 12 is our name that song question. If you play an instrument or something and you want to submit a question, play a part of a well-known song and submit it to us through a link in the video description. The bottom link, you can upload videos, MP3s, whatever, and it should be an international well-known song like today's. Again, thank you, Anthony, for your submission. And I will play it twice, even though I think today you might not need 2 repeats. But here we go. More. Okay, I think everyone should probably be able to figure that one out. Thank you again, Anthony.
Question number 13. While the pictured phenomenon has been observed and documented for decades, it was only given an official name by the American Geophysical Union in 2016. Since it is usually seen hovering above a green picket fence aurora, citizen scientists initially proposed a placeholder name taken from the 2006 animated film Over the Hedge, oder Ab durch die Hecke. You can delete the German one in the English. What is the benign name for something unknown given to this atmospheric optical phenomenon? Frage Nummer 13. Während das abgebildete Phänomen seit Jahrzehnten beobachtet und dokumentiert wird, erhielt es erst 2016 von der American Geophysical Union einen offiziellen Namen. Da es gewöhnlich knapp über einer grünen Lattenzaun-Aurora schwebt, schlugen die zivilen Wissenschaftler zunächst einen Platzhalternamen vor, der aus dem Animationsfilm Ab durch die Hecke von 2006 stammt. Wie lautet der gutartige Name für etwas Unbekanntes für dieses atmosphärische optische Phänomen?
Okay, question number 14. Launched in early 2019, the dating app Tudder allows cow owners throughout the United Kingdom to browse and select suitable partners for their livestock by swiping left or right. One of the venture's largest early investors is a Glaswegian tennis player, one of the sport's most decorated male players. Yeah, that's what I said. What is his name? Die Anfang 2019 eingeführte Dating-App Tudder ermöglichte es Kuhbesitzern im ganzen Vereinigten Königreich nach geeigneten Partnern für ihre Tiere zu suchen, indem sie nach links oder rechts streichen. Einer der größten Frühinvestoren des Projekts ist ein Glasgow-Tennisspieler, einer der höchst dekorierten männlichen Spieler seiner Sportart. Wie lautet sein Name?
Question number 15 this season is always our dumb crime question. In 2017, 26-year-old Umar Mirza committed armed robbery of his local off-course betting shop. In addition to being recognized by employees as a regular customer, Mirza was quickly identified due to what he'd left behind on a prior visit to the bookie's office. What was it that helped police track him down? Frage Nummer 15 ist immer unsere dumme kriminelle Frage dieser Staffel. Im Jahr 2017 beging der 26-jährige Umar Mirza einen bewaffneten Raubüberfall auf sein örtliches Wettbüro. Mirza wurde nicht nur von den Mitarbeitern als Stammkunde erkannt, sondern auch aufgrund dessen, was er bei einem vorherigen Besuch im Büro des Buchmachers zurückgelassen hatte, schnell identifiziert. Was war es, dass der Polizei half, ihn aufzuspüren?
ISO Indies, where y'all from?
ISO, Indies. Yeah, live free, speak your piece. Stay humble in these streets, yeah. In these streets. Let's go. Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids on the porch. Murals on on the walls for the ones that we lost. Bodegas on the corner, let me see what's in store. Subway stations with the maps in the cars. Summer cookouts, uncle got the sandals on. Statue of Liberty, we holding up the torch. If they ask where I'm from, tell them this is New York. We from the home of the biggie, people blowing they ciggies. And these girls going wild cause they flashing they this litty. Watch your steps cause these blocks be. We grew up on that bad boy in 96 with Diddy. Take a walk, come with me. Let me show you what really go down. Fiends on the corner, every hood got a deli or crowns. Cops pull us over, it don't matter if you black or you brown. City never sleeps, this the place that where hip hop was found. Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids on the porch. Murals on the walls for the ones that we lost. Bodegas on the corner, let me see what's in store. Subway stations with the maps in the cars. Summer cookouts, uncle got the sandals on. Statue of Liberty, we holding up the torch. If they ask where I'm from, tell them this is New York. I look around as I'm viewing the city. Skyscrapers and bridges, bright lights, fast life, Manhattan living. Cross over downtown, welcome to the concrete. The Nets to Barclays, the Mets to Yankees. Ubers and yellow taxis. And while I'm fitted with some butters, we her savvy. When tight jeans was baggy. From JFK to LaGuardia, city that never sleeps, insomnia. Home of Junior Mafia, word. Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids.
Okay, question number 16. The popular HBO series Game of Thrones developed a reputation for a high death rate, among other things, while it was on air from 2011 to 2019. But the honor of its very first on-screen death, roughly 6 minutes into the first episode, goes to actor Rob Ostlery. To which faction did his character belong? Die beliebte HBO-Serie Game of Thrones hat sich unter anderem während ihrer Ausstrahlung von 2011 bis 2019 den Ruf einer hohen Todesrate erworben. Aber die Ehre ihres allerersten Todes auf den Bildschirm, etwa 6 Minuten nach Beginn der ersten Episode, gebührt dem Schauspieler Rob Ostlery. Welcher Fraktion gehört seine Figur an?
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate, that's ugly. I've been sliding, shaking, moving. I've been popping in my city. Shawty say she love the way we do it with me. I be too turned up to ever give a fuck. I ain't come to argue, let a nigga fuck. They been talking pennies, I need bigger bucks. About to catch a flight, I need to switch it up. Got that black boy joy, might do my dance on him. Take no disrespect, might put my hands on him. Hit this chicken, now she wanna marry me. But she gon' need some closure and some therapy. Came back to the city with my bank account on F. Giving rappers hell, I know they happy that I left. Hit the south in winter, I just put down my deposit. 82 degrees, I left that jacket in my closet. Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Hey, look, came in with the what's that? Left out with the who she? Laying game like 2D, I been kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Margarita to the brim tip, black denim need a slim fit. Same people that I flex with be the ones that I'm in the gym with. I'm a living legend, you a dead cause, and I'm dead ass. No, I'm dead, right? Leaving early, but I'm early night. Long and short to keep the.
Question number 17. Facts are impossible to copyright. which makes reference material difficult to protect from plagiarism. Enter the Mount Weasel, a blanket term for the entries listed below. What characteristic unites them? Frage Nummer 17. Fakten können nicht urheberrechtlich geschützt werden, was es schwierig macht, Referenzmaterial vor Plagiaten zu schützen. Auftritt Mount Weasel, ein Pauschalbegriff für die unten aufgeführten Einträge. Welches Merkmal verbindet sie?
Head right, teed up out in Malibu, got sand all in my good shoes. Press a nigga with the pessimism, but I only came for the good news. I am the show that they came for, hitting the target I aim for. We've been discussing the contract, just telling they get what they paid for. I am not fucking with poverty, really it started to bother me. I need the yacht with the property, that come with the view that you gotta see. Came up from the basement, hit the rooftop with a passion. Bad bitch with some good credit and a good sense for the fashion. Dope blowing with the left hand, ass gripping with the right hand. Uber share to the airport, I'ma hit you back when my flight land. I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'ma flick up. Feel I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Question number 18. The communication headset worn by American astronauts is usually referred to by a nickname, one inspired by its white skull cap and drooping black microphone flaps. Which iconic mid-20th century comic strip character created by Charles Schulz does this nickname reference? Das Kommunikationsheadset, das von amerikanischen Astronauten getragen wird, wird gewöhnlich mit einem Spitznamen bezeichnet, der von seiner weißen Schädeldecke und den herabhängenden schwarzen Mikrofonklappen inspiriert ist. Auf welche ikonische Comicfigur aus der Mitte des 20. Jahrhunderts, die von Charles Schulz geschaffen wurde, bezieht sich dieser Spitzname?
Question number 19. In an effort to westernize Russian society in the late 17th century, Emperor Peter I, Peter the Great, instituted a number of socioeconomic, military, and political reforms. These included 17 decrees enforcing unpopular Western European fashions on the Russian public. One of these was a ban aimed specifically at men. Violating the ban incurred a tax dependent on the individual's social status. What was the target of this ban? Frage Nummer 19. In dem Bestreben, die russische Gesellschaft im späten 17. Jahrhundert zu verwestlichen, leitete Kaiser Peter I., Peter der Große, eine Reihe sozioökonomischer, militärischer und politischer Reformen ein. Darunter 17 Dekrete, die der russischen Öffentlichkeit unbeliebte westeuropäische Moden aufzwangen. Eines davon war ein Verbot, das sich speziell an Männer richtete. Ein Verstoß gegen das Verbot zog eine von sozialen Status des Einzelnen abhängige Steuer nach sich. Was war verboten, das bei Missachtung zu Steuern führte?
Okay, question number 20 is another guest question, and it's a video question by Dr. Susanne Neumann. So the video is going to be in German, and I will try my best to, after the video, to let the English speakers know what the question is.
Hallo, liebe Freundinnen und Freunde der Naturwissenschaften. Heute gibt es wieder ein spannendes Experiment für euch. Und zwar mit haushaltsüblichen Materialien, Bierflaschen. Und zwar, ich habe einen Löffel, ich habe hier 2 Bierflaschen. Die eine ist recht wenig mit Wasser gefüllt, die andere sehr viel. Jetzt schlage ich auf die drauf, wo weniger Wasser drinnen ist. No surprise here. Und die Frage ist an euch, wenn ich die andere Bierflasche anschlage, wird sie dann höher oder tiefer klingen? Und für eure Erklärung benötige ich dann nicht nur die Antwort, sondern auch einen Vergleich mit einem Musikinstrument. Wo wird denn der Ton so ähnlich erzeugt wie hier?
Okay, so she has 2 beer bottles in front of her. I guess one isn't enough for her. And one is nearly empty, the other one is pretty full still. And she will use a spoon and smack the nearly empty one with it, and there is a sound of it. So what she wants to know is, if once she hits the nearly full one with the spoon, will the sound it makes be higher or lower? And also from which instrument uses basically the same principle. So I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions, put it in the chat. Thank you again. Susanna, if anyone else has any guest question or so, please feel free to submit anything. It can be a written question, it can be a video questions. We are happy for any kind of submissions. Thank you.
Question number 21. Whamageddon began this Tuesday, December 1st. This is a social media survival game in which players try to navigate the lead up to Christmas without hearing Wham's 1984 chart topper, Last Christmas. Following George Michael's death on Christmas Day of 2016, some fans transitioned to playing Apocalypse instead. Hearing the original version of what 1994 song must be avoided in this alternate version of the game? Frage Nummer 21. Whamageddon begann letzten Dienstag, 1. Dezember, ein Social Media Survival Game, bei dem die Spieler versuchen, sich in der Vorweihnachtszeit zurechtzufinden, ohne Whams 1984er Charttopper Last Christmas zu hören. Nach George Michaels Tod am Weihnachtstag 2016 gingen einige Fans dazu über, stattdessen Apocalypse zu spielen. In dieser alternativen Version des Spiels muss vermieden werden, die Originalversion welchen Liedes von 1994 zu hören.
question number 2. Which literary character, a member of a band of Mangani, a fictional species of great ape, saves the life of the infant Tarzan and raises him as her own in Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan novels? Welche literarische Figur, ein Mitglied einer Bande von Mangani, einer fiktiven Affenart, rettet in Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan-Romanen das Leben des Kleinkindes Tarzan und erzieht ihn wie ihr eigenes?
Okay, right before we get to question 23, 2 points of order. One reminder to, if you haven't already, please put your team name into the chart available at the link below the video. Second little point of order, you might have already opened the form available at the third link down below. If you have, you'll probably have to refresh that, at least possibly close it and reload it. There was a technical issue that should now be resolved, or should resolve itself by just closing and opening that again. And that's the result tracker.
I think the link itself has probably been changed, so you might have to reload the video page, or so the video description is new. I will also post it in the chat just for reference.
But that's the result tracker for once
tracker,
they have
so
points, right? Yeah, so don't worry too much about that yet, just in case you've already opened it. The important thing at this point is, if you haven't entered a team name already into the submission form below, be sure and do that in order to be eligible for the potential bonus point for best team name. Okay, question number 23. Land acknowledgements have become increasingly frequent over the past few years, both verbal, for example, this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and visual, e.g. signage on Canadian state and cultural institutions. One prominent example could be seen at this year's Oscars in a nod to Tongva, Tataviam, and Chumash, indigenous to the Los Angeles Basin. What is the name of the Maori director who offered the acknowledgement? Frage Nummer 23. Wenn ihr noch nicht so weit seid, dann bitte euren Teamnamen schnell in den Formular eintragen. Dann könnt ihr vielleicht für einen Bonuspunkt, ja. Was wollte ich auch noch sagen wegen dem Formular? Ah ja, okay. Das kommt noch. Frage Nummer 23. Landanerkennungen sind in den letzten Jahren immer häufiger geworden, sowohl verbal, zum Beispiel die diesjährige Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, als auch visuell, zum Beispiel Beschilderung kanadischer Staats- und Kultureinrichtungen. Ein prominentes Beispiel dafür war bei der diesjährigen Oscar-Verleihung ein Wink an die Tongva, Tataviam und Chumash, die im Los Angeles-Becken beheimatet sind. Wie lautet der Name des Maori-Regisseurs, der die Danksagung ausgesprochen hat?
Track of what I wanted ever since the party started. If there's a way for me and you, then I know just what to do. I know it doesn't matter. I'm broken. Shattered, there's no one who can erase. Stuck inside a frame, you know that's why I don't behave the same. Whenever you are here, I see clear, shed a tear. Don't know if I can pretend all the way to the end. Truth is hard to bend. You cannot seem to get to me. I am back with a stolen identity. You know I see when we meet. I'm the one man army with the biggest
Question number 24. While vertebrates have two immune systems, adaptive or acquired and innate, arthropods rely on only innate immunity to combat infection. The blood of one particular arthropod is the only known natural source of limulus amoebocyte lysate, or LAL, a substance capable of detecting a potentially fatal bacterial toxin. This makes LAL crucial to the safe development of human vaccines, drugs, and sterile pharmaceuticals, such as artificial joints. Which wild arthropod do pharmaceutical companies catch, bleed, and release in massive numbers, around 500,000 annually, to satisfy this demand for LAL? Frage Nummer 24. Während Wirbeltiere über zwei Immunsysteme verfügen, ein adaptives oder erworbenes und ein angeborenes, sind Arthropoden zur Bekämpfung von Infektionen nur auf die angeborene Immunität angewiesen. Das Blut eines bestimmten Arthropoden ist die einzige bekannte natürliche Quelle für Limulus amoebocyten lysat, LAL, eine Substanz, die in der Lage ist, ein potenziell tödliches bakterielles Toxin nachzuweisen. Dies macht LAL entscheidend für die sichere Entwicklung von Humanimpfstoffen, Arzneimitteln und sterilen Pharmazeutika, zum Beispiel künstliche Gelenke. Welche wilden Arthropoden fangen, bluten und setzen Pharmaunternehmen massenhaft, etwa 500,000 jährlich, ein, um die Nachfrage nach LAL zu befriedigen?
arms. I hear you call, but I'm still stumbling in the dark. A silent howl as I dissolve into your arms. I waited now, seduced by a sweet mirage. We could leave or we could stay, so stay wide awake. I can't do this anymore. It's hurting like it never has before. We could leave or we could stay, so stay wide awake. I can't do this anymore. It's hurting like it never has before. Jaded, the scar you left feels like an open wound. I'm down and low. Don't wake me up, it's still too soon. I hear you call, but I'm still falling deep in love. I'm washed away and carried to your sweet embrace. I waited now, seduced.
Okay, and question number 25, last question. Again, the reminder, if you haven't done so, please fill in your team name. The Pentagon's CONOP 8888 is a training document that details an array of theoretical attack scenarios meant as an exercise to prepare students for emergency planning and strategic command procedures. Its threat summary divides the enemy into 8 categories according transmissibility to humans. Higher risk categories include pathogenic, symbiont-induced, radioactive, and space. The lower grade threat categories include evil magic, weaponized, vegetarian, and chicken. Against what fictional beings is CONOP 8888 designed to defend? CONOP 8888 des Pentagons ist ein Ausbildungsdokument, das eine Reihe theoretischer Angriffsszenarien beschreibt, die als Übung zur Vorbereitung der Studenten auf Notfallplanung und strategische Kommandoabläufe gedacht sind. In seiner Zusammenfassung der Bedrohung wird der Feind in 8 Kategorien nach seiner Übertragbarkeit auf Menschen eingeteilt. Zu den höheren Risikokategorien gehören krankheitserregend, durch Symbionten hervorgerufen, radioaktiv und Weltraum. Zu den niedriggradigen Gefahrenkategorien gehören böse Magie, bewaffnet, vegetarisch und Huhn. Gegen welche fiktiven Wesen wurde CONOP 8888 zur Verteidigung entwickelt? bonus question. Wrong answers only.
This is a feature this season, continuing our wrong answers only series. Today we've got this supine individual hanging out with a shirt open, and we are looking for the wrong answer to the question of who this is. Post your answers in the chat feed. If you like someone's answer, then repost it. And the answer that has the most reposts, that individual gets a bonus point. So, who is
Mit den
this?
meisten Reposts.
Take you through the night. Just when I thought I was done, you scream out and beg me to come. I wonder what I am chasing. It's not even fun anymore. I should bail and run through the door, but something's holding me back. You feed my ego. Together we go. Talking dirty, playing cheap. I know I'm in too deep. Running out of kryptonite to take you through the night. Talking dirty, playing cheap. I know I'm in too deep. Running out of kryptonite to take you through the night. To take you through the night. Wasted all my money, all on you, honey. Baby, will you look my way? Been ditching all my bodies, failing all the studies. Baby, I am out to play. Give me your attention and your sweet redemption. I will never let you down. Will it ever get sunny? Oh, I wonder, honey. Baby, how you make me sway. You say you will. I'm calling your addictive brand. You say I will, yeah. I'm causing the obsessive mind. You say I will. I'm calling your addictive brand.
Okay, looks like we have at the moment like 3 repeats for John Revolter and
John Revolta.
1, 2.
And three repeats for Tony Post. Is that 3 repeats? No, it's 2 repeats for Tony Polster.
Tony Polster.
Polster.
Hey.
Oh, we've got 4 repeats for John Revolta. I think John Revolta takes it.
I would say John Revolter
That was great. Honorable mentions. There are a couple really good ones in here. I love Hugh Jacked Up and Hugh Jacked Down as well. John Revolta takes it. So S. Torino, give yourself an extra bonus point. Congratulations.
Personally, I was
You've
like
got
God
this
being
one.
tired of stretching out his finger to reach at him.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna give you about 2 more minutes to talk to your team
No,
and
we don't. We
answer any
go-
unanswered.
We gave
not going
plenty
to?
of minutes right now.
Okay, you've had plenty of minutes apparently. Let's just jump right into answer time, I
It
guess,
is.
huh? Okay, it's time for answers.
Oh,
Oh yeah, best team name.
name goes to
We had an honorable mention. My drinking team has a trivia problem. We like that name. But the bonus point this week goes to It's beginning to look a lot like Quizmas.
very seasonal, so
We're
get yourself an extra point.
The puns are they'll get us every time. Okay.
So S. Torino gets an extra point, and whoever came up with it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas gets an extra point. And here we
Right.
go. Answer
Launching into the
time.
picture round. That's right. Picture round, question 1. That angehende Glatze, that bald becoming head.
Prince William.
That's Prince William. He got his dad's hair genes, I think.
I don't know. I think Prince Charles has way more hair still.
Where did he get the baldness
I don't know,
from?
but it's a shame.
Yeah. Question
Tough
number
one.
2.
That was a tough one.
This was one of the harder ones in the picture round. This is the lead singer of REM, Michael Stipe.
Maybe it wasn't a hard one for you, but
Yeah, maybe you're a music person and you recognize him right off, but I probably wouldn't have gotten it myself individually. I would have had to talk to a group, a team.
this
Question number 3.
motherfucker with the pointy looking ears in this picture at least, which always reminds a little bit like a little goblin.
Well, and he doesn't have any glasses on, which might have thrown you off because lately he's been wearing glasses quite
Samuel
a lot.
L. Jackson.
Right. Bad motherfucker.
Have you noticed him
question
without
number
his lollipop?
I have never seen this show. Does he suck on a lollipop? Oh, okay.
Kojak and his lollipop.
Is Kojak. The actor's name is Telly Savalas. If you named Kojak, that's fine. That's good for a point. Question number 5. The smiling eyes of Terry Crews. You might recognize him from, what's the police show called? Brooklyn Nine, whatever, 99 or whatever, and various Old Spice commercials, as well as I think he's not co-hosting, but additionally hosting America's Got Talent or something. He's the guy backstage. I don't know. That Terry Crews.
Ooh, those blue eyes alone.
I tried this question on him with the cut off face, and I was like, "Is this too hard? Are people gonna recognize this?" And he was like, "I would recognize those striking blue eyes anywhere."
Kelly Slater.
Yeah, Baywatch. He was on Baywatch
Or
for a long
Pro
time. He's a
Surfer.
professional surfer.
Pro
yeah,
Surfer.
Kelly Slater.
I don't know, 10 world champion titles.
Introduced in season 2 of Baywatch. Still had hair at that point though, but those blue eyes, man. Question number 7.
Didn't know that one.
He had a hard time with this one. This is Billy Joel. There he is in front of his piano. It's a little bit more recognizable once you see the goatee. Question number 8.
Oh, the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Especially recently, I feel like most people have probably seen the documentary series on Netflix. Maybe you've seen him in interviews more frequently. So Michael Jordan, that should have been fairly easy. Question number 9.
Woody Harrelson.
Yep. There he is.
How did he ever?
True
How did he ever
detective.
become an actor? How the hell did he get it? Look at him.
Question number 10, wrapping up the picture round. This is pretty, I think that he has a very characteristic, very recognizable face. This is John Malkovich. Malkovich.
And here is all the answers again. So 1 point per correct picture.
That's right, for a total of 10 possible points. And again, if you got either Telly Savalas or Kojak, we're forgiving here. Either one of those is fine. All right. Question number 1 of the main round. This was about the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico. We were looking for the Bond who scrambled across the observatory's suspended equipment platform. And not the movie.
The pleasure will be all mine.
Not quoting from the movie. The movie you might also have known, but that was not good for a point. The movie was GoldenEye, and the Bond was Pierce Brosnan. There was a bonus question available for this one, a bonus point up for grabs, and that one concerned the 1997 Jodie Foster film, also shot on this location. Contact was the answer that we were looking for. Oh, there's Matthew McConaughey as the young love interest. Didn't realize that was him until I looked for these images. I think we might have to rewatch that film. It was a good movie. I remember liking it.
Which radioactive alkaline earth metal is typically found in the Brazil nut? It's radium or radium.
You might have been tipped off to it by a little hint in the question of the nanocuries being a measurement of radium. It's about 1,000 times higher, the levels that you'll find in other common foods. But it should also be noted that you'd have to eat about 70 kilos of Brazil nuts in a single sitting in order to feel the adverse effects of radium. So not something you should worry about. In fact, Brazil nuts are one of the sole main sources of selenium, which is really good, particularly for people who have thyroid issues. So selenium, it's a good source for selenium. Don't worry about the radium too much.
What feature appears on the flags of Mozambique, Haiti, Guatemala, and Bolivia, but on no other national flags? Firearms, either guns, cannons, or
Yeah, some of them more modern, some of them more ancient with like bayonets and stuff on the end. Thank you, Jody, for that question submission. Just a reminder, if anybody's interested in submitting questions to our quiz, there is a little space available for that in one of the forms that you'll fill out.
The bottom link in the video description.
Yeah, so
or
feel
in
free at any
email
point
I sent
to pop that in there. Question number 4, we were looking for the name of the medical procedure that you see depicted here that involves drilling a hole in either like someone's skull, very typically, or subungually, so underneath your nail bed. I've had to personally do that. It is not on me. Fortunately, I don't know if I'd be able to do it on myself. But with a paperclip in order to save someone's nail, because otherwise the nail would pop off. Not a pleasant procedure, but it relieves pressure buildup from blood that pools underneath either the cranium or, in this case, a nail. And the term for that is trepanning or trepanation. And this Hieronymus Bosch painting depicts it pretty hilariously. I love the little trichter, the little funnel on top of the guy's head, probably just as functional as the book on top of the other guy's head. Question number 5 is our literature question. And you heard a couple of selections from a book. We were looking for the name of the book or the name of the author that appears on the Bookluben World Library list. And this one was The Divine Comedy, Die Göttliche Komödie von Dante Alighieri. And there were a couple of little hints in the text that might have led you to that, like the mention of hell, for instance. So hopefully, and the fact that it's divided into canto structure. So maybe you were able to identify that.
Name one of the works of the twin horror novels. It's das Geisterschloss or the Haunted Hill.
So those are just the German titles up in the corner. So that's the film, novel, or film, novel.
Oh,
The English titles are listed in the images down at the bottom
the
of the
haunting,
slide. There
the
wasn't
haunting
enough
of
space.
Hill House, the haunting, or the house on Haunted Hill.
Yeah. So the haunting is based on the haunting of Hill House, and the house on Haunted Hill is based on the house on Haunted Hill. There's, to just confuse things further, there's additionally another film adaptation from 1959 with Vincent Price, also called The House on Haunted Hill, but it's not part of this twin phenomenon. So if you got any of those titles, give yourself a point. Okay, question number 7. We were looking for the breakdown of the acronym MPEG. And the answer to that is Moving Picture Experts Group. Apparently, that was a group that met in 1988 to form standards for video and audio reproductions made from electronic media. They introduced a series of different standards, MPEG 1. I think we're at MPEG 4 or 5 now. Yeah.
Question number 8. Which two countries lay claim to South Georgia Island? It's the United Kingdom and Argentina.
That iceberg, by the way, is like the size of Delaware. It's difficult to put into European terms. I think there was some like 6 times the size of Metro London or something like that. But it's about the same size as the island itself. It's quite large. Oh, and it's got 3 chain restaurants or fast food restaurants on the island, even though it doesn't have a permanent population. It's got a Taco Bell, a KFC, and a Pizza Hut. Check out their reviews on Google Maps. It's kind of a chuckle. Question number 9, my favorite question of this quiz, was about the university where it all began, the 11 Roar, the Elva Vralet. Although you can find it apparently at most of the major universities in Sweden, the one that it began at was at Uppsala. I hope I'm pronouncing it that correctly. Uppsala.
For the chat, the question was if craniotomy is the answer, but craniotomy is more where you remove a whole flap of bone. So it's not the same as like drilling a hole to release pressure. So
since there was subungual in the question as well, which refers to a nail bed, it narrows it down and makes it a craniotomy not really possible. Sorry.
Question number 10 now. 9 was Uppsala University. 10. What was the holiday beverage the cadets wished to spike? Good old eggnog, which is supposedly a little bit different than Eierlikör. But yeah, eggnog. Or if you have Eierlikör, we'll accept it.
The other thing, we will actually also accept one other answer, and this is because I've read, in reading through a couple of different documents about this situation, apparently not only is this called the eggnog riot in most of the sources that I found, but occasionally it's also called the grog riot. So if you got grog, then we'll grant you the point on that. But the kind of consensus is that historically people are referring it to it as the eggnog riot. And actually, interestingly, Jefferson Davis and Robert E. Lee were both cadets in attendance at the time. Neither of them were court-martialed for this, even though apparently Jefferson Davis was at the party where this happened, but he wasn't one of the ones who ended up brawling. Question 5 in the chat. Dante's Inferno is one of the Divine Comedies, so that's fine. And you've got Dante anyway, so
What
job.
purple variety of quartz helps against being intoxicated? It's the amethyst.
that's right. So A is not in kind of Greek roots, and methysco is intoxicated. So you put them together. Amethysco is not intoxicated. It used to be believed that the wearer of an amethyst, or if you could afford it, the person who had an amethyst goblet, a goblet made out of amethyst, and was drinking out of that, would not suffer the effects of drunkenness from the wine that they were drinking. And then later it became, in the Catholic Church in particular, and the Anglican Church adopted it, kind of a tradition so that bishops would wear amethyst to remind themselves of the sobriety of their office. Also, they were in close proximity to communion wine, so it probably also gave them a little reminder, don't get drunk on the
I
communion
mean, one
wine.
would think that like it would easily be falsified.
Like proved that it
Yeah.
was not. Yeah. Well, if you believe something hard enough, maybe you can
Okay,
convince yourself.
name that song. I think should be easy enough. Scorpions, the wind of change. Wow, that reminds me of being like young again.
Thank you, Anthony, for that awesome audio submission. Beautiful rendition.
Remember trying to record a copy up from when they played it in the Austria Top 40 on
On tape from radio.
Definitely on tape.
Oh, man. Showing our age. Question number 13. We were looking for the name of the phenomenon that the name itself was taken from this movie, Over the Hedge, or Ab durch die Hecke. And in the movie, there's this little group of animals who have just come out of hibernation, like some porcupines and a raccoon and a squirrel, and they're all kind of wandering along their normal foraging route. They come across this hedge. They've never seen anything like it before, and they're a little bit scared. So one of the porcupines says, well, I feel like I'd be less scared of it if I knew its name. And the squirrel suggests the name Steve. So after amateur astronomers decided, hey, let's call it Steve because we don't know what it is, but it's this like benign phenomenon, then actual astronomers figure out an acronym to match Steve so that the name could stick. So it is called the Strong Thermal Emission Velocity Enhancement Phenomenon, or STEVE. So meet Steve.
What is the name of the tennis player who invested in Tudder, the cow dating app? It was Andy Murray, and I guess Gretel put the male hint because it was like I think after he won Wimbledon, if he's something like greatest and something he reminded everybody that like I think Serena won like 18 Grand Slam titles or something like that. So
he's had to remind reporters multiple times that female tennis exists. Like the one that you mentioned, he was after he won Wimbledon. Or no, it was after he won his second singles gold medal at the Olympics. They're like, you're the only person ever doing this. And his response was, well, I think the Williams sisters have about 4 gold medals each in tennis. So there's that. But there's also a really famous clip of him after he got kicked. He defeated at Wimbledon. He was kicked out of the quarterfinals, I think. And then a reporter asked him about an American who made it into the semifinals. And he was like, this is the first American to ever make it into the semifinals or whatever of Wimbledon or this year. And Murray was like, first male player, because obviously the Williams sisters have won Wimbledon several times. So anyway, Andy Murray, unfortunately not playing currently because he's had some health issues. He had a hip replacement and he's got recurring knee injuries. He was born with a bifurcated patella. So his kneecap is actually 2 pieces and it's not really surgically repairable. So he has to deal with that, but he apparently plans to come back, hopefully.
There has been a question because in German, seemingly, what they say is nennen wir ihn Hugo for like question number, what was it, 13 with the hatch. And
Oh, it's Hugo in the movie?
in the German movie, seemingly. And
Really?
I have a problem with giving a point because we ask like what is the name for it given to the phenomenon, and Hugo is not the name. I know it might have helped English speakers more, but
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah, unfortunately, that the way that the question is written does inherently help people who have seen that movie in English. But because it refers to the phenomenon, we were looking for the name of the phenomenon. Unfortunately, Hugo won't count. So sorry. It's the phenomenon is still called Steve.
we'll put in a German focus question next time.
Yeah, I won't give you advantage that way next time.
So, dumb crime, what was it that helped police track the guy down? Well, I guess he left his resume or his Lebenslauf like the day before or something like that. So,
Yeah. In addition to being a regular customer who had a gambling problem, they didn't hire him because they knew that he had all this gambling debt. But then on top of that, when they searched his apartment, they they found all of these slips of paper, these gambling slips from the betting office where he had practiced writing out to the cashier, "I got a gun, open the safe, give me money." So like they could directly compare his handwriting on the betting slip that he practiced on at home and the one that he used in the betting shop. Real genius, this guy. All right, question number 16. We were looking for the very, very first on-screen death in the series Game of Thrones. 6 minutes in, and we were looking for the guy's faction, so like the group or family or cadre or whatever that he belonged to. Family can be a little bit touchy because we didn't want to like tell you he belongs to a house. He belonged to the Night Watch. Yeah. So the Night's Watch is the correct answer. There he is. There's the opening scene where he gets cut.
we currently start rewatching it, and it's kind of funny because you know how it ends and what's happening, and it's like,
We find ourselves talking to the characters a lot.
gosh, especially Sansa is like, oh,
Oh my God, she's insufferable. Question number 17. Okay, this is also one of my favorite questions. It might take a little bit of explanation. It sounded like John, maybe in the chat, kind of was on the right track at least. These are all items that were created to catch people in a copyright trap. So none of them actually exist. The answer to the question is that the thing that unites them is that they're all fictitious. None of them exist. Yeah, they're called Mount Weasels because of this fairly well-known one that appeared in the New Columbia Encyclopedia in 1975. It was an entry called for this woman who's totally completely made up, Lillian Virginia Mount Weasel. And this is so that reference writers, so reference material writers, know that if that entry appears again in a different reference material, that essentially their content had just been copied over, right? So it's a copyright trap. There's a couple of German examples on here as well, like Steinlaus, which Steinlaus is a Loriot creation, but it actually was written up in the Zürcher Klinisches Wörterbuch in 1983 and defined. Also, Apopudabalia is in Der Neue Pauli in 1986, defined as a Greco-Roman sport similar to modern-day soccer or football, also completely made up. I'll go through kind of quickly. Dog of Norway was created by, it's supposedly a film, doesn't exist. Beat OSU and Go Blue, Ohio. You can see on the map, these are fictitious locations that were created by the map makers of the official state map of Michigan. Michigan and Ohio have a famous football rivalry. And so just over the border in northern Ohio, the Michigan map makers created Beat OSU, Beat Ohio State University, and Go Blue in Ohio. There's a couple of other creations, like Drag You Down by the Sisters is by this guy who writes about Billboard top 10, top 40 hits. A Jungftag is in the Webster's New 20th Century Dictionary from 1943. It's apparently a Persian bird, and it's quite an elaborate explanation of the male only has one wing on the left side and the female only has one wing on the right side, and when they couple together, it's obviously fake. Esquivalience has recently appeared in the New Yorker. There was an entire article on esquivalience and how it's obviously this like fake word. ZZXJOANW is pronounced Shaw, and it's supposedly a type of Maori drum, according to the musical guide, which was published in 1953, also doesn't exist. My favorite, though, the last two names on here, Guglielmo Baldini and Dag Henrik S. from Hellerup. So the Guglielmo Baldini appears in the Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians in 1980. But Dag, as a protection against copyright infringement, but Grove also used this Dag Henrik S. from Hellerup in the same 1980 edition of the Dictionary of Music and Musicians, which was itself a Mount Weasel from a Danish publication. So they included their own Mount Weasel, but they also plagiarized and had to pay a fine for using a Mount Weasel from another reference book. So long story short, none of them exist. Okay, you got yourself a point if you answered that.
Okay, which iconic mid-20th century comic strip character created by Charles Schulz does this nickname reference? It's Snoopy. So yeah, Snoopy. Question number 19. What was the target of this ban? I guess they banned beards or Bärte.
Yep. And the way that they enforced that, if it depended on your social class. If you were obviously very wealthy, high social class, you paid more. If you were a member of the kind of poor, lower classes, you would pay less. But if you had a beard and you got caught with it, you had to pay this tax. The tax got you a coin. And this is a coin that you would keep with you, this little beard token, to show that you'd already paid the tax when you were going in and out of the city.
Question number 19 is our guest submission, and we have an answer video. So
Question 20.
here we go.
Und hier die Auflösung. Vielleicht überraschend für euch, die richtige Antwort ist, sie klingt tiefer. Man kann es mit einer Glocke vergleichen. Es geht hier um das schwingende Material, nämlich die gesamte Flasche samt Inhalt. Und je schwerer die Flasche ist, desto träger ist sie natürlich und desto schwieriger ist sie in Schwingung zu versetzen. Und deswegen schwingt sie nicht so oft pro Sekunde hin und her. Ihr kennt aber den gegenteiligen Effekt, wenn ich die Luftsäule in eine Schwingung versetze, passiert genau das Umgekehrte. Wenn ich die Luft anblase und die Luft zur Schwingung bringe, dann erklingt natürlich die Bierflasche mit mehr Wasser, also mit einer kleineren Luftsäule, höher.
Okay, so for the English speakers, the second bottle was lower, and it's because there was more mass total. Like the bottle plus water is more mass, and usually with all other instruments, like let's say a bell, the bigger the bell, the lower it will sound. And as she showed in the video, the opposite, if she's like blowing on the bottle to like create a tone, the one with lots of air in is deeper, and the one with less air is higher. So the correct answer is tiefer, and like bell if you had
Any percussive instruments like xylophone, marimba, something that creates a tone rather
well,
than
anything that uses mass to
produce a
produce the
tone.
tone and uses mass to produce different pitches
like
of
tympanum, marimba,
tones will
xylophone.
count.
Yeah.
So thank you
Okay.
again, Dr. Susanne Neumann.
Dr. Neumann, many thanks. Question number 21. We were looking for the name of the song that people who are playing apocalypse are trying to avoid hearing. By the way, the rules are that you have to hear the original version of the song. So even if I hum it right now, it doesn't count. You're not out. Yeah. And the answer is all I want for Christmas is you. Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, which literary character saved Tarzan? It was Kala.
Kala. Kala. Kala the ape. She's not a gorilla until she's made into a film character. Disney made her into a gorilla, but in the books, she is among this band of fictional apes that's kind of halfway between a gorilla and a chimpanzee. All right, question number 23. We were looking for the name of the director, the Maori director who offered the land acknowledgement at this year's Oscars. He is Taika Waititi. He is hilarious. If you don't follow him on Instagram, I highly recommend it. He directed Thor Ragnarok. He wrote and directed Jojo Rabbit, fantastic film, for which I think that's what he won the Oscar for, is Jojo Rabbit, I think. Yeah, really funny, nice guy. Taika Waititi. Question number 24. We were looking for the name of the arthropod that is frequently caught in huge numbers, bled, and then released back into the wild. That is the horseshoe crab. And there are two names for this in German, Pfeilschwanzkrebse or Hufeisenkrebse. They have blue blood because of the copper content in their blood. And they have this naturally occurring bacterial phage kind of sensing compound called LAL that we need for making sure blood transfusions are hygienic and looking at vaccines and developing pharmaceuticals and all kinds of stuff. So horseshoe crabs.
Okay, against what fictional beings is Conop 8888 designed to defend? Zombies.
Hopefully the description of the 8 categories gave you a little bit of a clue there. This caught some flack when it made news a couple years ago, but it was not intended as a joke. It was intended as an actual exercise, and there is a disclaimer on the actual document, which I found and read. And it says that actually it's a very useful training exercise, and they found out that this whole hyperbole involved in developing a zombie survival plan actually ended up providing a really useful tool for kind of going to the extremes in a situation like this. And it didn't have the added drawback of using fictional Tunisia scenarios or Nigeria scenarios in which a fictional scenario would be developed based on an idea that, I don't know, somewhere in Tunisia a coup happens or something. Because if you use a real place name, that could get out into the news and it could spread rumors, etc. So this apparently is a very successful training document. And even though it sounds ridiculous, there's also, by the way, the chicken reference. There's an article in chapter 5, section 8, item 1. There is a sub paragraph called chicken zombies or CZs. It's noted that although it sounds ridiculous, this is the only proven class of zombie that actually exists. And it points to a 2006 article called Zombie Chickens Taking Over California that describes an issue surrounding euthanizing chickens after they had aged out of their productivity as egg layers by using carbon monoxide. The CO2 dose knocks them out, kills a lot of them, but knocks out only some of them. They're buried. And then the ones that have only been just knocked out are able to find their way to the surface and wander around for a bit before dying of like organ failure after a little while. So that was the chicken zombie reference. Apparently it's actually a phenomenon.
Okay,
So-
that was it. That we give you a few minutes to tally your scores. Make sure I posted the link in the chat where you should. Worst case, you might have to like refresh your website or your browser to get the correct link. But please put in your results in the form in the video description. Give you a couple of minutes and come back with the winner in a few minutes. one more minute. After this song, we'll announce the winner. So if you haven't done so, please enter it in the form right now. I do think I have most of you, but just in case. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner, and the winner is, drum roll, it is Smartinis. Let's see.
Congratulations to Toby, Gabi, Anna, Charlie, Anna, Raimund, Sandor, Tamara, Philip, and Mitch. Smartinis with 28 points. Their chosen charity was the Wiener Tafel. We will provide a link so that you can follow it to the Wiener Tafel website. The Wiener Tafel is a charity that is geared towards food insecurity and providing food for those who are not able to afford it or only able to afford it partially. But also, they collect. Is there a reverb? They collect food from that might otherwise go to waste from grocery stores and restaurants, and they repurpose it for people and repackage it for people who are suffering from food insecurity. And there are a lot of people at the moment who find themselves in that situation. So this is a great charity to consider if you want to look at this as an option for your donations this evening. Obviously, it's a free quiz, but again, we ask you to consider donating $5, €5, £5, 5 whatever to an organization of your choice, and this is a really fantastic option. So congratulations again to the. So what was the name again? Smartinis. Congratulations to the Smartinis. In second place, we had a tie between two teams, Resting Grinch Face, also a funny team name, Meredith, Amy, Jody, John Allen, Ichen, and Christian, and the Co-Video Gamers, Juliet, Ron, Tara, Elise, Hans, Oscar, and Catalina. And in third place, Mad Mask Beyond Isolation Dome, Mike, Marcia, Margot, Molly, John, Ellen, Patrick, Joey, Amanda, Sarah, and James. So thank you for playing, everyone. Congratulations again to the Smartinis, our winner this week. We will post your link to Wiener Tafel underneath the video, so anyone who wants to pull it up and learn more, possibly donate, can have an easy route to that. So thanks again for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Most likely, we'll send out the link.
Yeah, we'll send out a link on Tuesday, as always.
Yeah, so thank you for joining, and yeah, we hope you liked it, and we hope you donate. It's making a quiz is a lot of work, so I hope you will, if you enjoyed it, you will donate €5 to the charity. And with that, thank you again, stay safe, and we'll see